What is up, ladies and gentlemen, big fluffy unicorns everywhere? If we did it, we're doing it again. And this time we are doing it in the first ever Echoes from the Hellpit. I got my squad in here, and we're going to talk about our likes, dislikes, all things Battlefield 6 beta. And it's going to be for your viewing pleasure. So without further ado, I am IMFAMYDIDIT, aka Tony the Creator here. And we're just going to run it off. Who we got next?
My name's ItzRealJuice, also known as Juicy. I'm a fucking idiot. And hey, don't fucking nod your head, you prick. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, you got any socials or anything you want to share?
Twitch, ItzRealJuice, YouTube, ItzRealJuice. I haven't really started that yet, but going to here soon.
And I will leave a link in the description below to everybody's channels here, so you can go check them out. By all means, check them out. Up next, we got HairyOtter. You want to introduce yourself, bro?
What's going on, guys? This is HairyOtter, just an old gamer trying to get back into it.
Send it. And then we got Bucky. It's on you, Bucky. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, Bucky. Fat man like cake. Real easy.
Mr.Buck, the fat man that likes cake. Do you want to share any of your socials, any of your businesses, anything like that? We'll leave a link in the description below to all your socials in the video description.
Solid.
Solid. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into here. Banner Gaming, he wanted to make it, but because of scheduling with work, he's not going to be able to make it. We may add him in at the end. That way you can get his take on it as well. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. I want to ask everybody, and we'll start with Juicy, and we'll work it around to Buck. What's your first Battlefield? For me, my first Battlefield was Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Been playing Battlefield franchise for well over a decade, so that was the first for me. Juicy?
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
Oh, dear Lord.
Which one was it?
It was like set in snow. And
Rogue 13?
That's the wrong game, but
It was set in snow.
well, there was a bunch of them that were in the snow.
it was on the PS2. Played it a shit ton.
Might have been Bad Company.
No, it was Bad Company.
Because I know
Walker?
Battlefield 3 had a couple snow maps. Battlefield 4, I believe, had one. Wasn't that in the Dragon's Pass? The DLC Dragon's Pass?
Right. No.
It might have been Bad Company.
About how long you been playing?
It's Bad Company 2. That's
Bad
what
Company
it was.
2? Okay. Harry, what about you? When's your first Battlefield?
I was the same back in 2010. I think it was like when Bad Company 2 came out.
Okay. All right. Bucky?
What one did we start out with? I want to say Bad Company 2 as well. Or Bad Company. It was Bad Company.
Yeah, because we played Bad Company, yeah.
Go.
All right, so we've got kind of a older generation of Battlefield into the kind of newer generations of Battlefield. So, I mean, it'll be a good perspective. I know Banner himself, he played a lot of I think it's Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, so, and we'll get his take later. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump in. I got a bunch of questions to ask, so, grab something to drink, like, subscribe. We're going to be doing this again for some other games, movies, so on and so forth. I don't want y'all to miss a thing. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the first question here. What was your favorite part of the beta as a whole? Juicy, go ahead and send it.
Really loving the movement. I feel like it's doing a lot better than 2042. And it feels so much better than fucking Call of Duty right now. So
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun. The movement feels fantastic, and I'm just loving it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Harry?
Oh, my fault. My mic got muted. I think I'm right there. I think the movement, it has its subtle reminders of 2042, but it still also feels more like the Battlefield 3 cutting into Battlefield 4 movement. Again, as an old gamer, it's the mechanics of it is something I immediately related back to.
Okay, nice. Bucky?
That's the question in that. I would say the explosions. There were a lot better detail.
Okay.
They weren't so blocky.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing, I think that was probably my favorite part about it as well. It felt like the destruction in the game got back to the Battlefield roots. You know, there was a lot more of those only in Battlefield moments, and it made you feel like you were actually having an impact on the game. But I do agree, the movement, getting back to the movement was a huge part for me as well. I don't like that crazy, just in your face, just non-stop movement that 2042 had. It almost felt like glitching at times when certain players were running around. This one felt more grounded, so I can agree with that. Number 2, how do you guys feel about the community hype surrounding the game? There's a lot of community hype going on about this game right now. The last question, we're going to kind of dive into the Call of Duty aspect versus the Battlefield aspect, but the hype surrounding this game, especially on X, is through the roof. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Is it something that I think is deserved, or is it something that you think is, it's too soon to tell?
You can tell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's a little too soon to tell, but it feels deserved from what I got in the beta. It feels pretty deserved. I feel like it's gonna be, a solid AAA game, and it's gonna be worth that $80 mark, in my opinion.
Harry, you got some input on that one?
I agree. I think the hype's definitely deserved, especially from all of the negative reviews that 2042 got. I mean, I personally love 2042, but I definitely think it's getting a lot of the hype that it deserves. I think a lot of the bigger streamers that are kind of just dumping on it for it not being Call of Duty is very, very misleading. But I think it's definitely going to be one of the bigger titles.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I will say I think it is better than previous Call of Duties.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with pretty much everything that was said here. I think the EA and DICE, with their marketing blitz and their campaign that they did, I mean, they had Limp Bizkit break stuff as their trailer song, which was fucking fantastic. It makes me smile just thinking about it. But
I should have done all of the family.
You had to drive Jonathan Davis into that one, buddy. But yeah, I think their marketing campaign was spectacular, and they didn't put this shit out like 8 months ago and then make us wait for 8 months and let it die down. They built the hype with the trailer. They immediately started doing reviews, and people were just like, oh my God. And I think there's a massive demand, especially in the first person genre, to give the gamers what they want, really. And I feel like EA and DICE, they've done a pretty good job with listening to the community, especially when it comes to the specialists and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree. I think the community hype, it is worth it right now, based on what I'm seeing, but only time will tell, really. So moving on. Number 3, what is the one thing you feel should be changed or addressed before launched based on the beta? Well, I know everybody's gonna have some strong opinions on this one.
There is a lot.
There is a decent amount, but I think the biggest thing is like that, what were they call it? Like the ghost bullet, where you were just getting fucking shot out of
yeah,
nowhere.
super bullets. Yeah.
Yeah, super bullets. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's there and
Because I know
EA and DICE
it
have acknowledged that they're looking into it. Nat code in classic Battlefield titles have always been an issue. Battlefield 4, it was absolutely atrocious, but after a few months they did sort it all out and the game got to a really good place. So I'm feeling like they probably do the same thing with it in Battlefield 6.
My thing is, I need my zoom. I'm a sniper. That's what I do.
Oh, like the
We need
toggle
that
zoom for
zoom.
the scopes.
And they need to do something better about that designating. You know what I'm saying?
Like the spotting of targets.
No, not well, that too, but no. I'm talking about the rangefinder.
Yeah,
I
the
wasn't impressed
rangefinder.
with that.
No, I wasn't impressed with it either. I wasn't either. I was a Battlefield 4 when you pretty much pointed that reticule at something or your scope at something, it told you exactly how far it was away. So yeah, I agree with that.
Correct.
Harry, your thoughts?
I think I'm gonna go completely left here. I think the tank cooldowns. I think it's something that it needs to be slightly longer. I think a lot of the gameplay that we were given, tanks were just there one after another, and it's. I think they are going to go the wrong route and kind of nerf the tanks, which I think they are perfectly balanced as they are. But I think if we could kind of give more time for infantry to actually get involved in the gameplay, because once a tank shows up, that area is pretty much done. So just giving other players more time to just kind of get into the game and get set up with their tactics or their squads before it's tank after tank after tank. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, and that is true because I was hopping in and out of them like you die in the tank and all you'd have to do is wait a few maybe 20-30 seconds and bam, you got another 2 tanks up. So yeah, I can see, especially on something like Siege of Cairo. Oh my goodness, there's just nonstop tanks.
I just wish we had opportunity to do a bigger map. Something like Firestorm, or something the same size as Gold Med Railway.
Yeah.
I wish we could have done that.
Yeah. For me, the one big thing, and it drove me nuts because I like being a heli pilot. I do not, in any way, shape, or form, think that the engineer should be able to have both the rocket launcher and the anti-air launcher equipped at the same time. That is OP as hell, and it shouldn't be allowed. I mean, realistically, there's no soldier running around with an RPG, 6 RPGs on his back, and then a missile launcher with 6 missiles on his back, plus his loadout, and then a repair kit, and it just doesn't make any sense. I wish they would be able to take it back to, like even Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, where if you wanted to switch to your AA versus your RPG, you either had to redeploy or just die. And then
I think they're missing a class.
No, all 4 classes are there.
No, I think they should have added a class.
Oh.
Maybe like a demolitions class?
Yeah, like something a demolition class or something like that.
It's like an anti-air class.
Right.
Yeah. But either way,
or anti-vehicle period.
Because it is insane if you're trying to fly a helicopter in, like, say on Liberation Peak, if you go and you wreck everybody at sea, then all of a sudden half the people you just wrecked, they go switch to their engineer kit. They don't even have to decide whether or not they're using an RPG or they're using an AA. They just have both of them, and then as soon as you get that heli out of the base, you're immediately beep 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 beep, and I mean it's pretty much a one shot with them AAs, and you got 6 to 8 people that are all shooting them at you. It's game over.
Even with the jet, man, it's the same thing.
Yeah, and
I don't like the fact. Go ahead.
I'm just saying it makes it really hard when you have engineers that have both of those at their disposal, being able to just prevent any and all dogfights in the air. It really does suck because you're trying to focus on the jet that may be bombing the hell out of you a D, and you can't, because as soon as you lift that helicopter off the ground at your base, you're immediately being lased. I mean, if they do keep it to where it's 2, at least they should nerf the AAs. Now, if you get hit by an RPG, in my opinion, that takes a lot of skill and it should take 1 hit. But the AAs, I mean, come on, that's too OP for me. That's just coming from being a heli pilot. So, go ahead, Bucky.
No, I think the one thing they should fix the most, honestly, is the damn what's it called? Respawn, the beacons. I do not like the fact that they explode every time you use them.
Well, I mean, really, all you gotta do is just lay it back down, though. But Recon's not gonna have to worry about it in the future anyway, buddy, because it's going to the assault class. Which again is weird. I don't understand that. Like, classically.
Wait, you said they're switching that to assault?
Yep.
That is weird.
Yeah, they posted. It was in my last video. They had posted they're doing it to promote, better flanking, more team-based objective deployment. Classically,
I mean, fair enough.
Buck can attest to this, Goldman Railway, where you would take Recon would take the spawn beacons and then set the spawn beacons on the outside of like the big power antennas, and then they'd be able to drop in on top of the antennas, and then you'd have a whole little squad of random snipers just up on top of this thing. And the way
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
You are a damn liar, mouth. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But I get it. It'll be something different. Me as primarily being an assault player, I'd like to see that because I do use the spawn beacon a lot and I'm always trying to flank. And because of the beta, I constantly had to use Recon all the time. Now, the downside of that, and it's going to piss off Infamy, is that he's not going to be able to utilize the C4 anymore at the same time as being able to use the spawn beacon. So it's got its trade-offs. On to the next one here. What was the worst part of the beta for you?
The instant kills. As soon as you spawned, you died. I hated it. I almost rage quit quite a few times.
I mean, there wasn't really much that I hated necessarily. The shotgun being able to fucking headshot you from 200 fucking meters away and insta kill you. I mean, that fucking sucked. But like, other than that, there's nothing too bad that I experienced.
No, I think I'm in the same boat. I mean, it's hard to hate on a beta and say what's going wrong because of it being a beta. But I think one of the big things I noticed is just the map. What is it? Liberation Peak. A lot of what Brandon said. A lot of the immediate kills. A lot of the spawn kills. I've noticed there were certain areas where the opposing team can see into your spawn base. So as soon as you come in, you've got a couple seconds to get to cover before you're killed.
Yeah, I think the worst part of the beta for me, because I agree with a lot of what everybody was saying here, the worst part for me was just the map choice. The map choices that they chose to use in the beta, with the exception of Liberation Peak, and it's not my favorite map by any sense of the imagination, but it was the only map that I felt was large enough to do a lot of the things that most of us Battlefield Conquest players specifically like to do. All the other maps I just felt way too small for some of the vehicles that they were putting on them, like Siege of Cairo. That map was so cluttered and the streets were just full of so much crap, and you're trying to drive these tanks around, and Lord have mercy, if you blow up a tank, that tank's in the road when you come back through there, and you got to try to shove it out of the way just to get down the street. I feel like they probably should have added, some Jeeps or something to those maps, or maybe ATVs, dirt bikes, or something like that. I didn't like really the map selection, and the last map that they dropped, I absolutely detest it. What the hell was it? Empire
Empire State.
Oh, I detest that map. I did
Yeah,
not
I'm on the
like
sucked
opposite
that.
up.
side. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved
It,
the.
it depends which side you spawned on, if you got fucked or not.
I mean,
That's really what it came down to. If you were on the west side, you were fucked. If you were on the east side, you were good, and you had a good game. But the spawning on the west side, being your HQ, yeah, that fucking sucked. But I like the map. I like the close quarters type stuff, especially as a combat medic, which is what I like to play. Um, I had fun with it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think being that normal support player, if you happen to come into one of these random lobbies with people who are like-minded, that small map was almost perfect because it was you're there the entire time. It's a very quick gameplay. Your team's usually right there with you if you happen to land in one of those squads that are very, conquest focused. They're very objective focused. It got real good for me. I loved the smaller map.
Buck, you got anything you want to pipe in on that one?
To me, it was a better version of a Call of Duty map.
That's I'm kind of right there with you. It's like, for me as a conquest player, I like the large maps. I primarily play nothing but conquest. I don't play rush. I don't play, headquarters, any of that stuff. I do feel like that map probably would have been better served for like a rush game mode, and maybe it will be. I don't know. I just, as a conquest player, I didn't like it being tossed into the mix like that. Because it's like, one minute I go from, okay, I'm on Liberation Peak flying a helicopter, and now there's no vehicles, and I'm running a bunch of blueberries next to me that none of them want to revive. So it's just like I'm constantly spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Now, I could pop off. I had some pretty good matches in the map, but it just didn't change the fact that it's like, man, I really want to jump into a tank or a Jeep or whatever. Where'd my stuff go here? All right, so best part of the beta. We're going to flip the spectrum. What was the best part of the beta for you? Like, what was the one thing that you experienced that really was like, okay, this is Battlefield. This is a game that I'll probably enjoy for the next, 5 to 10 years.
Playing Tip a Tank.
That is fun.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely when we were tipping tanks, that was so fucking fun on that map. It was just so stupid, and I mean that's just classic Battlefield right there, just ramming tanks into other fucking tanks and seeing what the hell happens.
Yeah, I think we got 3 that map.
Yeah.
3 of them sons of bitches. But again, that's one of the things where you just got to get in and you got to dial in the settings and whatnot, because the original default settings that they had, I would have never been able to do that. I went in, dialed in my settings back to the more Battlefield 4 feels, and was able to just make that tank haul ass. And then when I hit something, it's just getting flipped over. So that was good stuff. Any other takers?
I'm still waiting for that moment.
Still waiting? Haven't had your Battlefield moment yet?
Nope.
No. I
Once
think for
again,
you're going to
I'm a
need the bigger
sniper.
maps.
I think for me, being that assault guy or being the infantry guy, I think squads are making a really big comeback. I think the way they did it this time, contrary to 2042, makes the game a shit ton better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. Because the squads that are working together, like, when we took our first place, I mean, we were on it. We were spitting communications out left and right. We were all in our positions when we needed to be, and we were constantly staying on the objective. And, I mean, we outscored everybody. And that's just 4 of us. And when you got a good squad that works like that, you're going to be the top of the leaderboards the dominant portion of the time. So it is good to see the squad-based gameplay get back.
Do you remember that game mode they had in 42 where it was like you came in on a helicopter, you had to get this intelligence and then get back out on a helicopter. It was kind of like a battle royale where you come in, it's just 4 of you, and then you try and get out.
Like an extraction mode.
Yeah, you think they're gonna have that in Battlefield 6? Because I did enjoy that game mode.
I'm not sure, honestly. Like, I haven't seen anything of it. I do know they're talking about battle royale. I personally don't really play the battle royales. I'm kind of burnt out on them. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I know they're working a lot of stuff up. They got the Battlefield Portal, which basically, and they're unlocking it to where you'll have access to every single asset in the game. So you can literally either recreate maps of old that they don't have released yet, or you can just make your own brand new map, which I do plan on myself making a map just because it's the first time I'll ever be able to do it in a Battlefield game, and Infamy's going to have some fun. All right, so based on the beta, have you pre-ordered the game, or do you plan to order it, or are you going to wait till the October launch?
I'm gonna wait. Go ahead, Buck.
Me personally, I'm waiting. Because, like I said, I want to see actually. I'm trusting your guys' response to the ones that are getting it. And then, like me, I will watch what you're doing and then be like, all right, well, it looks a little better. But yeah, I don't plan on pre-ordering at all.
I think the moment he sees Operation Firestorm, he's going to fucking buy that game.
I will put it to you this way. If they can guarantee me right now that Gourmet Railway's in there, I would buy it today.
We're going to get to that one. We're going to get to that one. Harry, your input?
I haven't decided. I was all the way on team don't pre-order, but the closer it gets and the more I play, I'm still on the fence. I'm probably still not going to, but it's getting real hard not to.
I pre-ordered it. I'm a simp for Battlefield. EA always gets my money when it comes to the Battlefield franchise, even if it's a shitty game and I don't like it. After a week of playing it, I'm all in with Battlefield. So yeah, I've pre-ordered the base edition. I may upgrade to the Phantom edition. I'm not sure yet. I really don't care about all the skins and whatnot. Soldiers are soldiers to me, so I don't care about all that fancy stuff.
It's first person. You're not gonna be able to see yourself.
Yeah. The only person that's going to worry about what I look like is the person that I'm teabagging after I C4 Jeep their truck. So that's really it.
So I think I'm gonna wait because when it most likely comes out, since it's a AAA game, it's probably gonna be the $80 range, and that's a lot of fucking money for me to just drop.
The base game right now is $69.99.
Okay, it's still not bad, but that's still a big chunk of change.
That's going to be the average, though. Like right now, especially with the next gen consoles, it's going to be the industry standard. It's going to be about $70.
Yeah, and then I have to make that hard decision if I want to buy it on PC or do I want to buy it on Xbox. And because I very much prefer the PC. I know you prefer the Xbox, so I won't be able to play with you guys because you like to turn your crossplay off.
Well, I mean, we and it's the same thing with my brother when he plays. It's like if he wants to play, then absolutely, I'll turn the crossplay on. I don't mind playing it like that. But when it's just, me running around, I turn crossplay off. I just don't. Yeah, right. That's never a problem. So it doesn't matter where you get it.
I think I'll wait a couple days after the release and see how it actually is once it releases, because you never know if anything's gonna change in the next month or two, and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, I guess I should clarify. My hesitancy to pre-order is not because of Battlefield. It's because of the current state of games, where it's a lot of the let's just throw this shit out there, we'll fix it later type of mentality. That's the only thing that really stops me from pre-ordering anything.
Yeah, just like Cyberpunk, man. I tried to play Cyberpunk, and I bought it when it first released, paid $70 for it, and got to play it for, I don't know, an hour, and then it black screened, wouldn't come back on.
A lot of people have problems with Cyberpunk.
Yeah, just ended up getting the refund and never touching it again. Which I know they fixed the problems with it, and I see you guys having fun with it, but like I don't know, I don't really have the will to get on it, buy it again, and
You got burnt.
yeah,
And for me, and like I understand the pre-order, bias, because like Modern Warfare 2 was the last game that I pre-ordered. When they did that game, I was so disappointed with it because it is Modern Warfare 2. I thought we'd get the Modern Warfare 2 maps. We didn't get the Modern Warfare 2 maps.
Nope.
And then a year later, they basically DLC updated it to Modern Warfare 3. The game wouldn't even play unless you had Modern Warfare 2 installed. And then they tried to tell me it's a brand new standalone game with all the Modern Warfare 2 maps in Modern Warfare 3. And I was just like,
you have to have
whatever.
You have to have this 100 gigabytes fucking already downloaded. Oh, and then you have to download another 50 gigabytes.
Yeah.
And then you can play. Yeah.
And then on top of that, there was the SBMM/EOMM crap that it ruined the experience. And I'm like, I'm not pre-ordering multiplayer games anymore, especially if I can't play with my friends and me get punished because my friends are better, or my friends get punished because I did better. I don't like that, and I wasn't gonna do it. But again, being a good simp for you, EA, I'm still throwing bones at you. So we'll see. We will see.
I think the
question.
only game that I would pre-order right now is Elder Scrolls 6. I think
That's a tough one.
whenever that, yeah.
I'm on the fence on that one.
GTA 6 though, that's a guarantee. GTA 6 is a guarantee. But that's another video. On to the next one here. In 2025, how do you feel the game as a whole from the beta stacks up against some of the modern FPS titles that we currently have in 2025?
Way fucking better. Fucking Call of Duty, what did we play? Like a week? And then we got tired of it? It just plays like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at Call of Poopy, yeah, but you also have, what is it, Defiance or whatever it is, X?
Defiant was that was a sad game to see go down. I think it could have changed the game, but Ubisoft just gave up on it, man. They didn't want to put any more time and money into it.
I mean,
I know they're releasing a new Rainbow series. I don't know when it's supposed to come out. I haven't looked into it too much, if it's already out or what's going on with it, but I'd be down to check that out, because I did like Rainbow Six Siege, played it a shit ton. But I don't think they've fucking done anything with the game other than add new operators in 5 years, I think, is the last time they added a map, so it just got old.
Yeah. For me, it felt like Battlefield. And I've always been the type of person, as a Battlefield main player, that there really wasn't any competition. Like, they were all, even the worst Battlefield to me was better than most modern Call of Duties. There's one exception to that rule, and that would be Arma. Arma was really the only game that kind of gave me that Battlefield feeling, but it still was lacking in the destruction and the only in Battlefield moments. And Arma's definitely, squad based. You got to be communicating, you got to be talking, it's not just like, okay, you're gonna hop into your vehicle and drive to the objective, because the map was just so massive.
It's a lot slower gameplay than Battlefield is. But if you have a squad, it is pretty fun to run around with. Especially now that they have the update that they did with the mortars and the destructible houses now. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, PUBG did the same thing, where they added some destruction. into the game. Again,
Yeah, but that's PUBG.
yeah. But I mean, PUBG had its time to shine too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
let's face it,
yeah.
it got buried by Fortnite. Let's just face it, it got buried.
Yeah, it did.
But it,
which is very unfortunate. I do miss some PUBG every now and then, but they
I
just
still
started putting
pop
too
it
many
off
bots in
occasionally.
it.
no,
It's just like 90% bots now, though. That's the thing.
yeah. Well, and that's something that I
mean,
think there
so
needs
is
to be a
Fortnite.
balance of when it comes to bots, because there was a bunch of hoopla going on X because they found out that Battlefield at times may backfill your lobbies with bots. Well, I mean, I'd rather them backfill it with bots than load it up with a bunch of cheaters.
Yeah.
I mean, because 90% of the time that's what you're getting, especially in the big games, Warzone. It's massive. Like, you'll have people that maybe they disconnect or whatever, and then you'll get somebody that's clear across the world running a VPN, doing all this other crap, getting into your lobby. I'd rather just, if somebody drops from the game, just backfill it with a bot and let everybody keep playing, because that way it's not going to interrupt your experience. Everybody can still play, everybody can still level up, everybody can still have fun, and you're not worried about whether or not you're dealing with some cheater running a VPN or a Cronus Zen or anything else. It's just a random bot that happens to show up. You move on, carry on, level up, whatever. So
I feel like Fortnite did that pretty well. I mean, their bots were fucking stupid, though. They didn't really know what they were doing.
Dumb as shit.
But
Dumb as shit.
there wasn't so many of them that you were just like, well, bot. Oh,
Yeah.
there's another bot. Like, you would still run into players quite often, and yeah.
I think EA did a really good job, and I think that was what they did in 2042, because they gave you that game mode where you just fought against bots. And if you put that shit on veteran, oh, those bots would laser beam your ass like they were not playing. So I think EA's they've got their heads in the right direction when it comes to that. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, in the full release. Harry, we really haven't heard from you on it.
I mean, I'm loyal to Battlefield. I mean, I think they have the best campaigns. I think they have the best multiplayers. I think outside of the Battlefield franchise right now, the only other FPS that really catches my attention is Ready or Not. I do like the realism. I like the tactical gameplay from both sides, and they're honestly the only two that I'm focused on right now. I've never been much of a Call of Duty girly.
Got you there. Yeah, I haven't been really a Call of Duty fanboy since I'd have to say Black Ops 3 is the last one that I really gave a shit about.
I played a shit ton of I played a shit ton of Black Ops 4. I'm not afraid to admit it. I really like that game, especially when they introduced Blackout, their first battle royale. I played the shit out of that.
Hells yeah. All right, we got 2 more here. We'll get to the 10 mark, then we're going to take a little quick break for Slickify, grab something to drink, grab a snack, whatever, and then we'll finish this out. Next question. What was your favorite map in the beta, and why was it your favorite? I just bit my cheek.
That's a lot of questions.
What's that?
I said that answers a lot of questions. Nobody spoke up.
I don't remember the name of the map, but it was the one that where we kept putting that beacon behind E. So just coming up and fucking up. No.
Yeah, that's
no,
Siege
not
of
that one.
Cairo, yeah. The one where we kept putting the spawn beacons at the E flag, yeah, that's Siege of Cairo.
Well, we did it on both the maps.
The other
the
one
one
was the battery.
The one that's not the entire city. Like, it's got a city, but it's also got the outskirts
Oh yeah, that's
with the hill.
King's Battery.
Yeah, it was that one. That one I had a lot of fun on. Because you got a mix of open fields and hills and stuff, and then you got the close quarters with the town that's in the middle, and then I think it was it B or C? Was it Bravo or Charlie that was right dab middle in that building? That we were always having close quarter. I think it was Bravo.
Yeah, it was Bravo.
That you're just And that building's like got destruction on it, so like you could just blow the shit out of the building and start shooting people through it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one. It threw me off though, because you said we were putting the spawn beacon up, and then I had a hard time
Yeah, we
realizing
were
it
doing it on
because I
both of
put the
them.
spawn beacon like that on every map. So,
Yeah.
Bucky, Harry.
Like a Liberation Peak. It's one of the most frustrating maps when you're not a very good sniper. But I think I like the size of it, and then I like the fact that it does. There are so many flankable positions, which are both a positive and a negative. But I think it was one of the more fucking fun maps to play on.
Yeah, Bucky.
I'm not an inner center guy. I like the, what was it, 13? Rogue 13, whatever that winter map was.
Oh, Liberation Peak. Yeah,
Yeah.
Liberation Peak. I have to agree. Liberation Peak was my favorite map. It was out of all the maps. It's the one that felt most like Battlefield to me. A lot of people were sharing this meme of the mountainside just lit up with all these sniper glints everywhere. And for me, I loved when that happened, because the counter to all those little sniper glints, the AA gun. You went
That's what
down
I was
there-
about to say. We would spawn in that fucking beacon, jump in the AA, fucking
and just spray the whole side of the mountain.
Yep.
And I'm like, where y'all at? X was saying y'all was everywhere all over the side of this mountain. Where y'all at? But it did. Liberation Peak to me felt the most like a Battlefield map. It was on the smaller size in comparison to your Goldman Railways, or at least it felt that way. But compared to like Operation Firestorm, I mean, that map was mild in comparison, but out of the ones that we had in the beta, I felt like it was the best one for me. The next one, I've already pretty much said which one I did not like the most. Kind of already went over it. It was the Empire State map, but we'll throw it out there to y'all. What was your least favorite map in the beta, and why?
I know you all just said Liberation Peak was your favorite. I just kept getting frustrated on it, because every time I would spawn, I'd be getting sniped. I mean, I know that's kind of like the Battlefield thing, but I suck at sniping now. I used to be pretty good at it. I haven't been doing it much. I'm more of a run and gun type of guy. And
Same.
when you look up in that hill, that is all you see is fucking sniper glints, and I just didn't have that much fun with it. It's just my personal preference. I wanted to have fun with the jets. I love flying the jets. That's one big thing that draws me to Battlefield is the jets. And then you get up in the air and you're fucking down in 30 seconds and you don't even get to shoot the guns. So
I
that was
think
just
that
my
goes back
big
to the
turn off.
AA shit. I really do, because
Yeah.
there's just too many ways for
I
everybody
just never
to one shot you.
I just never had the chance to have the fun on that map. I mean, we had a little bit of fun with it with the AA gun, fucking shooting people in the fucking hills. That was fun, but I never really got to play with any of the air stuff or anything like that. So it was a big turn off for me on that map, at least.
Gotcha. Who's next?
Go ahead, Harry.
It's going to be kind of backwards to what I was saying earlier, but if I had to pick, it would be Empire State. I do love the run and gun aspect of it, but I think the only reason I'm going to throw that at the bottom of all of the maps, all the beta maps, is I think that's the only one I didn't play with you guys. So I wasn't really on much over this last weekend. I still love it, but I think I would have loved it a lot more if I had the actual team.
And I think that might have changed the game for me as well. I mean, I think if we'd had a full squad and were able to run it, I think the experience would have been a little bit better. I had a couple matches where I popped off on it. It's not to say the map looks bad. The map looks really good. I just, as a conquest player, I don't like being forced into an infantry mode But again, it's kind of hypocritical because I love Operation Locker, Op Locker, Metro. Those were good maps. So I don't know. It's still right there for me. It's like that's the one map I really didn't care to play. But I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me if we get a good squad going. Bucky?
Was that the one? I didn't mind Empire. I think that's the one. The battery one. It was all right. It gave me my little bit of, hey, if I get just right, I can snipe. But yeah, I would probably say Empire as well.
Nice. I mean,
But I'm on the fence on, and that's just coming from who I am as a player.
right. Well, that is fair. All right. So 10th question, and we're going to jump off to this ad break. As a whole, how do we feel EA and DICE did with the destruction in the beta?
I liked it.
I liked it too. It's still kind of got that like. I know it's gonna be hard to do with a lot of coding, but I feel like it doesn't come apart in pieces. It all comes down at once. You know what I mean? You know, if you're actually blowing down a building, like little pieces are gonna fall, and it just feels like you hit one spot and then fucking completely other side of the building falls as well.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of coding. I know it's a lot of shit to do. I mean, it's a lot better than Arma. Arma, you fucking shoot a building 3 times and then the whole thing just fucking just falls. But yeah, it's not bad. I just want to see the coding get a little bit better, and I want to see more realistic demolitions.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I didn't have much of a problem with it. I think it was. I think it was what Battlefield intends it to be. I think it's again back to what you're saying. I think the coding is one of the things where it's like it's a thin line. It's really easy to go too far, but also really easy to not go far enough. I think they kind of towed that line pretty well.
Bucky?
I don't know.
Just still on the fence, wait and see.
Yeah. Like I said, once we get a better playthrough, I think I can make a better thing. My thing is, I think we should do this when it comes available, and then after,
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely
let's
gonna do it
say, a
again.
week.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do it again. This is just us covering the beta right now. That way we can get our opinions out on the game and say, hey, this is what we like, this is what we don't like. I mean, obviously it's a beta, and I personally, in my actual IMFAMYDIDIT review of beta week 2, I kind of go more into detail about my thoughts in this one, and I'll touch briefly on it here. I don't think what we got in this beta is what they've been testing in the Battlefield labs. I think what they're running in the Battlefield labs is way more advanced than what we got. What we got basically felt like pre-alpha. I mean, even the shotgun, you take the shotgun, for instance, that shotgun, day 2 of early access, EA and Battlefield had already acknowledged that the shotgun was OP as hell. And that they were working on a balance. Yeah. And that they're working on a balance for it. But we didn't see that in week 2. Why would they do anything to change anything about the beta when it's just a throwaway version anyway? I think it was just a way to get the hype out. They took the best maps that they had available for that pre-alpha, conspiracy theory hat on here. But I think maybe that's what they did. They just gave us a pre-alpha version of the game that ran good, had a few bugs in it, because my experience in week 1 was completely different in week 2. I don't know about you guys, but the week 1 beta, I had a fucking absolute blast. And then in week 2, all of a sudden those old wounds like the NAT code, the hit reg from like Battlefield 4, all of a sudden just started appearing out of nowhere in week 2. And I'm like, this is not the same game. Like, it didn't feel like the same game to me. And I kind of feel like they gave us that version so they could turn around and say, hey, we listened to the community, we fixed all these things, when in reality, Battlefield Labs, they probably already fixed them. I mean, they've got thousands of veteran players that would have called out, like the big bright light at the back of Siege of Cairo. I guarantee you every Battlefield veteran that played that game called that out. Like, no, you got to fix that.
Hated that so much.
Yeah, and that's old school. That's like from Battlefield 4. They had that same glitch in Operation Op Locker. When you'd run into the locker, if you didn't look the right way, them lights would blind the shit out of you. And that was what? That game came out, what? Back on the 360?
Mm-hmm.
And we were running into that issue. So I feel like it was a pre-alpha. But as far as the destruction goes, I do hope they give us some maps that have the Levolution. I do miss the Levolution, like Siege of Shanghai. It did get a little old because everybody was constantly, and Buck can attest to this, we would just immediately start the map and go tear down the building. But I'd like to see some more of those Levolutions. The destruction as a whole, I do agree. I'd like to see more shrapnel and particle explosions off of it, but you are right with that. It would type, and maybe they've already done it. Who knows? You know, maybe that's something that Battlefield Labs has brought up. We don't know. We didn't make Battlefield Labs, so.
I think they're kind of dangling the carrot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this is already pre-planned. I think even what they gave us with, I don't even know if you guys really follow 2042 much. I think even what they gave us with the new map on 2042, I think it's all planned and constructed how they want it to be. I think, just like you said, it feels more like a pre-alpha, but I think that's kind of intentional.
I 100% agree with that. All right, y'all. So we're going to take a break here at the halfway point. Grab you something to drink. Check out slickify.com. Go on over there. Tell them IMFAMYDIDIT sent you from the pit. Get you some slick, clean gear. And we will be back in a quick moment.
You need some fresh new drip for your weekend party at the River Styx? Are you looking for some fresh new art decor for your timeshare in hell? Well, why don't you hop on that brimstone and slide on down to slickify.com. Tell them IMFAMYDIDIT sent you. They got all kinds of stuff from t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, ball caps. You know, they got so much stuff they even gave me. Yeah, me. My own name on my own shirt. That's right, Soulbane. I'm on a beanie. Suck what?
All right, shout out to slickify.com. Much love to y'all. Thanks for keeping the Screaming Demons on the grind all these years. We're going to jump right back into this. So, is there anything that you guys would like to see from older titles be brought into Battlefield 6 at the launch?
Yes.
Send it.
Coleman Railway.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't really have much. I wasn't much of a Battlefield player. I was more of a Call of Duty player. So I played
blasphemy.
2042. Shut up, bitch. I played 2042 a decent amount. I mean, it was all right. I don't know. I'm just excited to see the bigger maps, see how they play, and see what's going on with them.
Fair enough. Bucky, Harry?
Nothing for me, really. I think I'm just kind of excited, kind of waiting for October to get here.
That's a full send for me, yeah. Bucky, anything for you, bub?
Like I said, just waiting. We'll see how it turns out. I'm praying for the best, though.
Yeah, for me, I'd like to have just a couple maps, just a couple of them, to have Levolution. Just to bring that little. I mean, it was kind of a one-off for each map, but they were fun. They were fun to see. Outside of that, I mean, I think getting us back to the original classes, you know, recon, engineer, assault, support, I think that's a step in the right direction. I know in 2042, I really did like The wingsuit, that was my favorite specialist out of all of them. That was a really, really fun way to get around the map. And if I had to pick one thing, it would be that. I would say I'd love to have the ability to jump out of a helicopter and then throw on a wingsuit instead of a parachute. It changed the game for me. So outside of that, I really don't have much, and I'm on the same, man. I cannot wait for this game to drop. Now, Bucky, you've already addressed this multiple times in this video. What map from previous titles would you like to see return in Battlefield 6? And it can be any of them from World War, 1 all the way up to 2042.
One is obviously Gourmet.
Goldman Railway. Yeah.
I would say another one would be. I'm trying to think of that one we had the most fun on. I can't remember what it's freaking called. Because they already brought back the OG ones as far as Firestorm.
Firestorm.
That's coming. There was that other one we did, and we loved that. We were always on it.
Yeah, for
It was
me,
a
it's
really good
Road
map.
Transmission.
That one.
Road Transmission. I want that map back so bad. And I don't want them to change the layout. Just you leave that map exactly the way it was and just put it in Battlefield 6.
I wouldn't be opposed to having Dragon. What is it? That last one
The
they come
Dragon's
out.
Nest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was super huge.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Harry, your thoughts? Favorite maps?
I mean, Firestorm's coming back, so that's what I'm most excited about. But I think honestly, if they could do Operation Metro, that would sell me on a pre-order.
You heard that, EA Dice, and I'm here for some Op Metro and some Op Locker, like for real. I'm here for both of those.
I'm up with Metro if they include all of Metro.
Yeah, because it was fun to spawn trap people and push them outside of the station, and then have them all lined up on their side in that one building. Oh, that shit was crazy. That was
And
crazy.
you can still sneak by them. I did it all the time. You could ask it, or
All of us.
STG living. Yeah.
All of us. You can ask all of us. All right, so this is a big one that's been a pretty big topic.
Oh, I don't get to give my maps.
You have one? You've been sitting there rubbing your noggin for like 20 minutes.
There's two that come to mind.
Send it.
I think it was a Battlefield 3 map where it's like in the desert. I don't know if that's Firestorm or what, but it's in the desert and it's like a little town. They brought it back when 2042 was doing the retro thing. I played the shit out of it on there. Can't remember what it's called though.
I'll look it up in post. We'll get the Battlefield 3 map, so look it up in post. I'll send it by in. We'll just add it in.
And then throw it real back. There was a map in Bad Company 2. I think I know for sure it had tanks and jeeps on it. Can't remember what it is, but it's like an old Russian town, and it was a lot of fun.
And which one was that?
A lot.
Bad Company?
Bad Company 2, yeah.
Bad Company 2? Okay.
The
Yeah,
one-
we'll pull up the map list, and I'll send them to you, and you can tell me which one it is, and then we'll just throw it up in post.
Yeah, the one with the what's it called? The trenches.
Churches.
We used to play the shit out of that.
I think that's the one I'm talking about, yeah.
You can either get up on top of the building or get in the trenches.
Yeah.
Yep. See, I remember the map too, but I just can't remember the name right now. Like, I'm tunnel vision though on Road Transmission. I want that map so bad. And then my number 2 is Dawnbreaker. I want Dawnbreaker back. I love that map. I played the shit out of it. It was one of my favorite heli maps in Battlefield 4. So I'm hoping they can bring that one back as well. All right. So this is a big one that's been a pretty big and controversial topic on X primarily. I'm not sure how it is on, some of the other social media platforms, but are you interested in the Battle Royale coming back to Battlefield?
No.
No.
Yeah, not really. Unless they do something that's really different. I don't think so.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I really could care less either way. I never really was a big Battle Royale player outside of PUBG and occasionally playing Fortnite. Hated Warzone. So yeah, I'm not really interested. So that was a quick one. I thought actually we might have some debates on that one, but nice. That worked out. Moving on. What is or was your favorite game mode in the Battlefield 6 beta? I'm Conquest all day, every day.
I didn't play anything but Conquest, so
Conquest.
Yeah, Conquest is all I did.
See, that's what Battlefield wants, man. We just want to get in their big maps and just destroy shit. That's what we do. Bucky?
All we played was Conquest.
The
so-
same as Conquest? All right.
Right.
This one should be an easy one. What was your favorite class?
You
Medic.
still got it for that?
So you ran support. The support medic.
yeah, support.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Support medic.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bucky's was recon.
We know. Well, yes and no, but
Well, send it. What's your thoughts? What was your kind of go-to class?
there towards the end of 6, those subs were just OP. I was using the subs for the engineer.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, they were OP as shit.
Yeah, the
I got a
engineer,
quad feed like 2 seconds.
yeah, engineer, that kit was a really good. I think they outside of the dual rocket launchers or the dual launchers, I think it was a really good class. My personal favorite, and this is just based on the beta, was recon. I typically don't run recon, but because of the spawn beacon and the C4, that's just where we were. So, subject to change once the deploy beacon gets switched over to the assault class. I'll probably be on that 90% of the time. So, next question here. How do we feel for the 2042 players about the removal of the specialist classes and the return of OG Battlefield classes?
I'm for
I
it.
like it. Yeah, I'm definitely down for it. I have an answer on those maps.
Send
Well,
it.
at least one of them.
Yep.
Caspian border.
Oh, Caspian. Yes, Caspian border. Thank
Caspian
you.
border.
That was going to drive me nuts. Yes, that was a great map, too. Great map. That was the one, I think that was the one where we could knock down that tower right in the middle of the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good map. A lot of kamikazes on that one.
Yeah.
They pissed me off on that middle flag. Oh, you motherfucker. Game over. Okay, so yeah, we can update that Caspian border. As far as the specialist classes, like I said, with the exception of the wingsuit, if they could figure out a way to just give that to whatever class, I don't care. I think that would be a great return. I hated the specialist classes. I absolutely hated them, and that was one of my biggest turnoffs in 2042 because I felt like they were chasing Call of Duty. They were chasing Overwatch. They wanted to give you these specific heroes that you could buy skins for and buy different loadouts for and do all this other crazy stuff with. And I'm like, look, we just want to play Battlefield. I don't want to deal with all this shit. And that was kind of a big turnoff for me. And 90% of the time when it came to like battle passes or any of the DLC content, I just never bought it because it felt like Call of Duty to me, and I did not want to play Call of Duty. So
I like that I agree. I think it definitely went a little bit too close to Call of Duty, but I definitely like they didn't go overboard. Like Call of Duty has like what you could play with as like fucking Nicki Minaj or Snoop Dogg or some shit like that. I like that the specialists still stayed to the core Battlefield. It was older Battlefield characters. It's they felt like they belonged in the Battlefield universe. I think they overdid it, but I didn't mind it. I'm glad they're going back to the OG style, but I didn't mind it.
yeah. I mean, it was still playable. It was like you said, with the Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, and now we got Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill and all this crap. It's like I saw the direction that it was going, and I'm like, oh God, please no. Don't do this to Battlefield. Please don't do it. No.
I found out the other map that I was talking about from Bad Company 2.
Yeah.
White Pass.
Oh my God, that's a throwback. That is a throwback.
That's one of my earliest gaming memories, playing that on the PS2.
You were what, 9, 10?
Something like that.
Your thoughts, Bucky? What's your thoughts on the OG classes coming back?
I like it. I still don't like the layout though.
What do you mean layout? Like the way the gun selection is, the UI?
Yes, if I had my choice, it would go back to 4 and 3.
Okay. And there are a lot of people that they're saying the same thing. They just don't like the way the UI is. And again, if in fact this beta is what I dub as a pre-alpha version, they may have already fixed it. So again, that's one of our fingers crossed. Can't wait for the launch of the game. We're at 17, so we got 3 more to go. Now, this question came directly from Banner. This is one of the questions he wanted to ask. Why was the multiplayer experience better with crossplay turned on? Now, I'm going to jump in on this one real quick. For me, it wasn't. I didn't really run crossplay on except maybe day 2 and day 3 of week 1, and that's only because I was playing with my brother who was playing it on PC. The experience wasn't bad. Launch times for me weren't that bad either, but I primarily played it with crossplay off, and even with a full squad, I was able to get into a match pretty much in 2 minutes or under with a full squad, and nobody was really complaining about ping or, hit registration in first week's beta. Second week's beta, that was a completely different story, but I think that affected everybody. I pretty much played it with crossplay off. I choose personally not to play unless it's with other friends that are on different platforms. So I'll shoot it out to y'all.
I never played it with crossplay on, so I don't really have anything on that. We didn't get to see. I don't think we saw any cheaters. I didn't personally. So
I saw
think that was a
cheaters,
big
but it
win.
wasn't the cheaters that I saw. They weren't like using wall hacks or anything like that. They were using exploits, specifically Siege of Cairo. They climbed up on top of the roofs, and there's little. And again, though, and Harry may be able to talk about this. I know Buck can as well. Older Battlefield games, you used to be able to get on damn near every roof in the game.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter if you've got people that are climbing up on the roofs of Siege of Cairo. They're calling it exploits. Okay, maybe you're not supposed to be up there, but it is in fact a Battlefield game, and we don't know if that map later on is going to have helicopters in it or not. Because if it does have helicopters, then every rooftop is going to be able to be get onto.
All I gotta say is Battlefield 3, the maps. You
Back
should
up?
get on the maps and
Oh yeah.
drive them
ride
up.
the maps up. Yeah. No, Battlefield 4. That
That
was in
was the
Battlefield
thing.
4.
That was in 3 too.
Remember, you used to put C4 on them fucking things too, and then fly them into a room and just kill
See,
everybody.
and here's where I think Battlefield's missing. If you're going to make a Battlefield game, then we should be able to do what we need to do in a Battlefield game.
Yeah.
That's my
C4G.
personal opinion.
Oh yeah, no, Sticky Jeeps. If they ever do anything to that, oh my god, dude, I'll lose my mind. You leave us Jeep stuff. You leave us Jeep stuff.
Soul Flams.
I'm hoping that's something that's going to be brought in. I really do. That is going to make it, unless they do a nerf to the AA launchers, that's going to make it real rough for pilots. But I do want them to get it in. I do want them to get the SOFLAM in, javelins in. We need to get that every damn javelin.
I think the cooldown on the flare should be less.
Agreed. I do agree with that. Any input on that one there, Harry?
I got nothing on this one, honestly. I didn't go too deep into it.
Were you on the Xbox?
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't really do crossplay. I just, whenever y'all were on, I saw y'all were on, I hopped on. That was pretty much it.
So yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah, I did both.
Yeah.
The problem I have with crossplay is the tryhards. Oh my god. But once you got away from, it's just a lot more in a short map.
No.
It comes back to the map being super small, and you got mouse and keyboard going against. And I think that was one of the biggest problems that I had with it. But once I switched that back and I knew it was just console player, I have a problem.
Now, see,
I still died, but
well, to preface the next question, because it follows up with this crossplay question, EA and DICE have already came out and stated before even original beta week launch that their plan is, when it comes to console crossplay users, that if you're, say, on Xbox, it is always going to prioritize you playing with your Xbox community first. If they can't in your region find someone from Xbox to fill in that particular slot, or somebody backs out mid-match or whatever, then it may bring in PlayStation users or even PC users, but it's always going to prioritize console to console and PC to PC. That's what they're claiming. I specifically turn crossplay on, turn crossplay off, to be able to test those matchmaking queue times. I know, and it's currently up on my YouTube channel, a video of me sitting in a Warzone lobby, or not Warzone, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for 45 minutes with crossplay turned off, trying to find a team deathmatch. And I think EA has really, learn from the community as far as that goes, because when you turn crossplay on by default, you're separating the communities of loyal Xbox users, loyal PlayStation users, because a lot of people, they just want to get on, turn on the game and go play it. They don't want to have to jump into their settings, and most of them don't even know that you got to go into your Xbox settings, go to all these different tabs just to turn off the crossplay. They just got home Friday night, they want to throw back some beers, play a game with their friends. They don't know that the PC users are in there shitting on them with engine owning, wall hacks, all this other bullshit. I mean, in Xbox and PlayStation, they got the Cronus Zen too. So I think that, I'm hoping that this isn't just a false hope given to the communities by EA and DICE. I really do hope that they're sticking to their words with that. And that goes to the next question. Do we think EA and DICE will stay true to their word in regards to this crossplay feature, basically, putting the communities of Xbox, PlayStation with the communities of Xbox and PlayStation? Do we feel like that's going to be a thing?
I mean, they have no reason not to. Is my thing. I mean, if they don't, they're just fucking themselves over. It's gonna piss people off. So, I think they will, but only time will tell.
I think they're going to try. I think with the popularity that we saw from these 2 weekends, I think it's going to be a very admirable thing for them to admirable thing for them to try to do. But again, some of us saw queues that were well into the 400,000s. I think I think they're going to do their best to be like, okay, cool, we're going to keep Xbox with Xbox, PC with PC. But I think it's going to get to the point where they're going to realize some of these motherfuckers go sit in the queue so long, we just need to throw them somewhere. We need to let them get to the game before they start to trickle off. And then we go back to now having to compete with the Call of Duties and other shit like that. I think they're going to try. I think I'm hopeful it's going to work. But I think with the large number of people that this game is attracting, it's going to be really hard to do.
I mean, I can see it from that perspective. I think that they are going to try. I think that they are going to try. The community's been screaming. I've been one of them. I've been very adamant since Battlefield 2042 launched. That was one of the first things. I uninstalled 2042 after the week before the beta because I could not find a lobby with crossplay turned off. I would just sit. And I'm like, you're telling me a week before the beta releases, the trailer dropped, that people aren't in on Xbox playing this game, getting ready? Oh, they're on, they're playing, but they have crossplay on by default. So I don't get to play with them. Bucky, what's your thoughts, bub?
I think they have well intentions, but I do still think that they're not gonna. I think they're still going to do what they're going to do to make that fucking money.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully EA and DICE, I mean, as Battlefield veterans, we've all had our issues with EA specifically in some of the directions that they've taken. So I think it behooves you, EA, and your, upper echelon of shareholders to, listen to the community on this one. And you got Vince Zampella, and he's an OG in the FPS, genre, and he knows what the gamers want. So I'd take your advice from him. I really would. All right, so what do we think about the Javelin anti-cheat system? And did you experience cheating in the beta? I personally didn't see any, outside of maybe some Corona Zen users possibly. Oh, excuse me. The exploits, the rooftop glitch, shit like that. Which I really don't think is a cheat or an exploit. That's Battlefield. This anti-cheat system is supposed to be on the kernel level. PC users are going to have to be doing what's called secure boot. They are basically stripping the ability of anyone to install third-party hardware or software that does not match with the original coding of the game. Do we think this is something good that's going to benefit Battlefield, or is this a step in the wrong direction and it's going to mess with PC users?
I need a PC user. I think that's a PC user question.
Yeah, my PC would explode if I tried to run it right now, so I couldn't answer that.
I guess only time will really tell, to be honest with you. It's just something that needs to be fucked with and see.
Well
I
and
don't
way.
know. We haven't heard anything about anybody in the beta having any problems on PC, right?
PC users have reported there's video clips out there. I'll share one now. Of people running around with wall hacks. Those people were instantly banned. Javelin anti-cheat in the first week of the beta, they had targeted and basically did whatever they needed to do against 300,000 users. So for a beta test that had a peak Steam chart level of 400 and some thousand plus concurrent users, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Because if those numbers are that big on Steam, then you've got to probably double that, maybe even triple that for the console base. So I think it's a step in the right direction. As a PC user myself, I really don't game on it a lot, but when it does come to the anti-cheat systems, I do think that there should be a secure boot feature to where, you know, if you're a PC user, fine, you get to use all the perks of being a PC user, but you can't, you know, pull in all these crazy third-party hardwares and softwares and then come in and manipulate the experiences for everybody, whether you're on PC or console. So
Right.
I hope it works. I really do. I mean, it could be a step in the right direction. I mean, the moment that they announced this Javelin anti-cheat pulled 300,000 people, Call of Duty immediately came out and said, well, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be doing kernel level. Like, we were only screaming at that for, you know, 10 years. What took you so long? Well, competition's what took you so
Right.
long. So.
As long as they do better in Call of Duty, which is not hard to do,
Fair.
I think they'll be all right.
Okay, well, last question. And this is a question that Battlefield gamers have said or talked about and debated for every single release. And this was a special one from IMFAMYDIDIT. Do you think Battlefield 6 is the COD killer in 2025?
100%.
No. I want, as much as I want to say yes, I think both enterprises have a mutual respect for each other, and I think they all have their cult fan bases, and I think it's going to do numbers, and I think it's going to put Call of Duty to shame for a time being, but I don't see it as the end all be all for Call of Duty.
Fair enough. Bucky.
Same.
Same?
That's a valid point. Call of Duty's always going to go out through that fucking coin. That's all they ever care about. They don't care about the player base anymore.
Right.
They think, okay, let's release another game every year or every 6 months and go from there.
Yeah,
Where...
I think if they stay in the studio for like at least 2 years, just cooking something up, then they might make something half decent. But the shit that they've been releasing has just been too repetitive, and it just sucks. It really does. And I hate to say it because I love Call of Duty. I love the franchise. But the last couple ones I've played just make me not even want to try the new ones.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's bittersweet, honestly, because like as a Battlefield diehard fan, yes, I want Battlefield to be the king of the hill. I want it to be the top dog. But I've got a lot of history with Call of Duty, and I kind of agree with what, you know, Harry was saying. I don't think that Battlefield is going to be the COD killer, but I also don't think Call of Duty needs any help because it's killing itself. Yeah. Everything that they're doing is like a self-inflicted wound, and they just want us to pay for it to experience the next self-inflicted wound. I don't see Battlefield honestly giving a shit. I don't think Battlefield veterans honestly give a shit about Call of Duty. I think it's more so Battlefield's back. We're getting our only in Battlefield moments, and because like you said, Juicy, with the annual, you know, title releases, they're just going to keep pumping it out, and you're always going to have those Call of Duty fanboys, girls, big fluffy unicorns that are always going to come back. They're always going to come back. And you have a lot of these content creators, I'm not going to point any fingers, but they've literally made their nut for over a decade playing nothing but Call of Duty. And they're going to continue to do so, and their viewers are going to continue to buy into the Call of Duty hype. So I personally don't think Battlefield 6 is going to be the COD killer. I think it's going to give it a really good gut punch and make Activision as a whole and all of their, you know, subsequent, you know, development teams go back and have to rework their system to get back some of the fans that they are going to lose, because I have no doubt in my mind they are going to lose some players to Battlefield, but I don't think it's going to kill
See, I think Activision understands its lane. I think I don't think they're threatened by Battlefield. I think they understand that they are in two different classes. You know, Call of Duty, yeah, they have a new title out every fucking year.
them.
And majority of their revenue comes from it being a streamer's game.
Yeah.
If you see Call of Duty gameplay, it's real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Because streamers have to hold their viewers' attention. So we need those clips, we need those shocking moments, we need that. Whereas Battlefield comes out every couple years.
Yeah.
You know, it in the lineage, yeah, it's not keeping up. But when it does come out, it's a fucking punch. Like you said, it's a fucking punch to the gut to every other game around in that genre. But I think Call of Duty's set. They've got their money. They've got they've got their cash cows. They've got their streamers. They've got the younger generation. Like I don't know how my daughter's nowhere near gaming age, competitive gaming age, but they've got like Buck's kids. They can pick up the controllers and spend 10 minutes in a round and then keep doing that over and over again for hours and then keep buying the skins. I think Call of Duty and Activision understands their lane, and I know that Battlefield's lane isn't crossing theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. I don't I'm not buying into it. It's been a topic for every Battlefield that's ever been launched. And it's like, as a Battlefield fan, yeah, of course, you want to see them get smashed. But as a Call of Duty fan as well, it's like they don't need any help hurting themselves. It is what it is.
I do better.
Yeah, because I'd love to come back.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back and play. Give me a reason to come back and play Call of Duty. I'd love to have a reason, but
honestly, I think this might be kind of weird and you might disagree. I think Activision saw how lucrative Fortnite became and kind of starts to follow that path.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, you look at Black Ops 6 right now, it's it's a shell of its former self. I mean, dude, you literally got fucking cartoons running around the map. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But Harry, you did make a comment here that actually brings up something that I just read about today. This came from some sources out of Battlefield, so I guess this is kind of a bonus question. How do we feel about Battlefield, the franchise as a whole, becoming an annual title?
No.
I am wholly opposed to it.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous waters. I think a good game isn't made overnight. I think it takes time. I think it takes the right team, the right developers, the right direction. I think yearly games suffer. They're like the Maddens or the 2Ks. I still play them, but the playability isn't going to be as palatable as a game that takes some time.
Yeah, I feel like it takes away from the investment into these games. I mean, when you have a game that comes out every single year, it's just like, okay, well, why do I care about hitting max rank or leveling up all these guns when at the end of the year I'm just gonna have to turn around and do it all over again? I don't really care for all that. Give me some content that I can play for 3 to 5 years, spread them DLCs out, and you're gonna be making money off of me for 3 to 5 years.
Look at Skyrim.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Well, I mean,
What DLC is Skyrim?
I mean, even OG Battlefields, OG Call of Duties. I mean, I remember especially with like Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2. We could not stop talking about it when they released the upcoming DLC that was going to drop in like 3 months. We were all just chomping at the bit, like, oh my God, we can't wait for this stuff to come out. Same thing with Battlefield. We couldn't wait for the next DLCs to come out. And if you didn't get it, oh my God, dude, I can't tell you how many times I got pissed off because I had to wait a couple weeks before I could get the DLC that all my rest of my squad had. And I'm like, oh my God. But then when I got it, juice was worth the squeeze. And I don't feel like you can really do that with annual releases. It's just too much too fast.
Yeah, just like what Buck said with Skyrim. It's been almost 14 years. And I can't wait for Elder Scrolls 6 to come out. Like I said, I'm gonna buy that first thing right when I see it pop up. It's gonna be in the cart, just like GTA 6. It's gonna be
GTA 6
an
is for
automatic
sure.
thing.
Yeah. It's already in the wish list. GTA 6 is already in the wish list.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
go ahead, bud.
no, I'm good.
But yeah, as a whole, I feel like everybody else, man, we just really got the game coming in October, and we'll really be able to sink our teeth into the likes and dislikes. This was just basically us spitballing about, likes and dislikes in the betas thus far, some things we'd like to see. I appreciate you all, the viewer. Thank you all for stopping by. Make sure y'all go check out and follow, ItzRealJuice over on his socials there. Check out his channel, check out his Twitch. Special shout outs to Harry and Bucky. Thanks y'all for coming in, spending some time with us here in the pit. We do plan on doing some more echoes from the Hellpit, and we're definitely going to be doing one for the full release of the game. We're going to come back and talk about that Skyrim thing at a later date, because Skyrim, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is my favorite game of all time. So we're definitely going to be talking about number 6 at some point. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Slickify once again. Stay up, y'all. Stay safe. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Later.